Welcome to JK Games, a gaming podcast where we bring you the gaming news we care about.
And maybe some that we don't.
And whether you play on easy mode,
or you like a good challenge, yeah.
This is a show where we'll try to level up your gaming knowledge. Oh, you brought out the finger guns. Pew, pew, pew. Lasers.
Saturday.
Pew, pew, pew.
You know, it's a long weekend. We're getting, you know, it doesn't matter for us, but
yeah, I know, right?
But it's a long weekend, so we hope that you guys are having a great Saturday. We've got a lot to discuss today. I'm one of your hosts, Kayla.
And I'm Jerica, your other host, and thankful to Kayla once again for lassoing in all the news from the past week and a half or so, because we have a lot to get caught up on this episode.
Yes. Well, hey, don't give all the credit to me. You threw some news in there too. We got a couple Last of Us things to talk about. Blast from the past.
Heck yeah. Gets me pretty excited.
Yeah.
If you're tuning in live, definitely let us know if the audio sounds good. I adjusted a few things, so if we're too loud, I might have been too loud coming in hot. So, Katronica, thank you for joining us this evening. Yeah, good evening back at you.
Good evening. Welcome. If you guys don't listen to us live, you should definitely consider, because Jerica wanted to ask her to talk a little bit about Jerica. Got a new setup, got some cool things in the works.
Yeah, the camera situation might be a little different for me. I'm having to get used to looking at a camera in the different spot, by the way. So if I keep looking here, I'm like, where I look? Because, right there?
There okay. Sorry, my camera was too bright, so I had to turn mine down a little bit.
Well, I did recently upgrade the display that I play PlayStation on, and it's on my desk. It's a new OLED display. I've been waiting for this TV. It's a TV. I've been waiting for this TV to come out because it's technically the smallest OLED you can currently get. That's in an affordable range. Like there's some out there that photographers use, I think that's just way too much. But this is an LG 42-inch OLED that I now have desk mounted, and it's huge. Like I can see Kayla, and it's like literally she's like across the table from me.
Very immersive.
But it really is, and it took me a couple of days to get situated. But I think I finally got everything done. The only downside is I am having to look for a solution to my capture card because it is not compatible with HDMI 2.1, I guess. I don't know. Like literally anytime I want to try something new, it creates a new problem every time. But you know, that's how it is. Who cares? I'll deal with it at some point. But until then, I will not be streaming everything I play. Not that I do that a lot anyways.
That's okay.
We'll figure it out.
We will. For sure. Well, thank you for sharing. She was sending me pictures and I was like, oh my gosh. It's
massive.
But it's so cool. Like, I feel like I'm jealous now. I feel like I have a monitor envy. I need a bigger monitor.
Well, it's a dangerous, slippery slope to go down. Like, I am just so excited to have a display that's capable of, that uses HDMI 2.1. The frame rates look better when it comes to gaming on my PlayStation.
Hey,
so
you got lots of new games that you need to be able to play on this OLED that are coming up soon. We're going to talk about today.
I know, right? Oh, I can't wait.
And apparently some new shows to watch as well.
Yeah, gosh, it's just, the glory of technology.
Cannot wait to hear your thoughts. But if you are new here, if this is your first time listening, we're on episode 120, Jerica. How crazy is that? First of all,
holy smokes. I can't believe we've done this that many times.
120 times we've logged on here and talked to you guys. And you guys make it so much fun. We love when you interact with us on our live shows so we can have like a conversation, which is always fun. But we also appreciate you listening after the fact. If you are listening, we appreciate every one of you. With that being said, we can have you follow us over on our Instagram and Twitter, which is at JK Games Podcast. And there we'll announce like when we're going live. Since we don't have a schedule, we'll announce day of or day before, depending on when we know, and let you know when our live show is. So that's at JK Games Podcast. as well as our Twitch. You can go ahead and follow us there. It notifies you when we go live. I'm trying to stream some things every now and then. I'm still getting the hang of it. I was texting Jerica the other day when we feel like little grandma. I was like, how do the kids do this these 24-hour streamers? I don't understand. How do you not have issues? But it's fun. I've been enjoying it. But I always try to record it and put it up on YouTube in case you're not able to watch it live. Because Twitch saves live streams, but not for very long. It's like only
they used to, so I don't. It's a little bit of a bummer, but yes, we usually get them uploaded to YouTube really fast.
Yeah.
Thanks to Kayla.
Aww.
Thanks to Kayla.
Thanks. But yeah, so that's our Twitch and our YouTube where you can go watch those after the fact. Which right now I'm working on. I did Jerica the other day. I randomly decided to stream episode 1 of The Life is Strange remastered. I streamed almost the whole episode, and so I'm going to try to put that up on our YouTube so people can watch it. It was fun.
Oh, heck yeah.
I tried to
That's
get
awesome.
people's opinions on like decisions I should make. What's really hilarious actually is since we are now Twitch affiliates, which is pretty cool. We got flagged for copyright for the music at the very end of Life is Strange. It's okay, nothing actually happens.
I'm so happy that happened to us finally. Okay.
We got flagged.
We're finally
We've made it.
We've made it. We made it big.
We got flagged.
Well, I don't know how videos work because I do have some things queued up to play.
No,
there's no.
I'm sorry.
There's no audio. There's no audio tied to them, so maybe we'll be okay.
I think it's just so the Life is Strange, there's a lot of music involved. So there was a long stretch of music with like no dialogue or anything. It was just music. So I think that because it was such a long stretch, they were like, oh, you use like the whole song. So I think we'll be fine. I just thought that was a funny caveat to add. All right, so that's pretty much all of our socials. Just go check us out there. You can always shoot us an email if you're interested in being on the podcast. That's something we might be able to work out. You could always email us or message us on socials. It's jkgamespodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to leave us a review on whatever platform you're listening on as well. That'd be awesome.
Katronic is like, shine bright like Kayla.
When I was changing my camera settings. I just felt like I was too
shine
bright
like a Kayla.
Does it look better now? Should I turn it up a little bit?
I didn't really notice a difference before, so
okay, perfect. It's okay.
Shine bright like a Kayla.
I'm probably
hope I don't get copyrighted for that. I changed the lyrics up. I don't know how that works.
The parody version.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's a lot to cover here, Jerica. I would love to.
There's tons.
To start out with, we haven't really got a chance to chat. We'll chat together. Chat with our chat. What you been playing this week, Jerica? Or easy mode. Easy mode.
Well, there's a couple things I've been playing, and I actually am gonna rewind, and I forgot to mention on the last episode something. Yeah, there you go. I forgot to mention something I did actually play. That's something outside of Destiny. Of course, I've been playing Destiny. We'll get to that in a second. Not as much this week, but there's a lot to dive into with Destiny. But before I played Destiny, I actually got on the old PC here and went into that Steam thing and looked up a game that I sort of forgot about that had come out. I forgot the release date, but it's been out, I believe, for a little while. And it's a game called Webbed.
Ooh.
And it's really cute. I'll play a little video here in just a second so you see some gameplay. You won't be able to see it, Kayla, unless you're like watching the stream live. But
I'll pull it up.
This game's super cute. It's basically a little spider. It's got the little 8-bit look to it. But yeah, it's playing now. And it's got some really cool like swing mechanics because like the spider like shoots out this little web and you can like pretend, I guess, almost like Spider-Man.
Ooh.
But a real spider. And you'll see it. There's other little insects you have to fight and talk to and get missions from. But it does something pretty unique when it comes to like physics. Something I'm not used to in this kind of 8-bit-ish, I don't know how you really arcadey looking game. But it was just fun to swing around and try not to get killed by wasps and other random insects. And yeah, it's just the physics of it's really fun, and like it's a challenge because it does take a little bit of skill, just like swinging around and not dying.
I'm watching it now. It looks so cute. Good job with
Uh,
this. This looks really good. The quality
yeah,
is really
so
nice.
played a little bit of that and had a great time with it. I can't remember the developer. It's definitely an indie title, but I remember seeing it like being showcased somewhere, and I was like, I am sold, because I don't know the species of those tiny little spiders, but they're cute, and they like do the little dance where it's like, you like this, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Is if any spider, there's not a lot of cute spiders out there, but those little spiders are like the cutest.
Funny fact, the developer and the publisher is S-Bug Games.
Perfect.
That's who it is.
So,
Came out last year.
yep. And I think I saw a trailer for it too. I think it's coming to the Switch if it's not there already. So that'd be actually a really good. I might have to buy it again so I could play it on the Switch.
That's awesome. Do you remember how much it was?
No, I don't remember it being too outrageous. It's definitely whatever. It's definitely worth your money, in my opinion.
Okay.
It's really fun. It's like a little platformer. And like I said, just the way that you like shoot the web and like swing around, and like you almost have to like toss yourself in different directions to get to certain places. They did go with the physics.
Nice.
It's fun. It's fun to play around with and just pretend you're a little cute spider.
That sounds like something I would like, actually. I would like to play that. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
That was really
So
cute.
I forgot to mention that. Yeah, I forgot to mention that last week, because I also talked about the Stanley Parable. And I forgot I played this too at the same time. And then
Nice.
The next thing I'm going to talk about real quick is definitely Destiny.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been able to play a lot this week. It's been like I've been suffering because the new season of Destiny finally got released this week, and it's been sort of an interesting marketing push for this season, because normally the Thursday or Tuesday before this, we call it the TWAB. This week at Bungie, it's like everybody's asking, "Where's TWAB?" And normally the TWAB will lay out the season, and there'll be a trailer and everything like a few days before the season starts. But with this season, they didn't do that. Like literally, they waited to the last minute to like put out a trailer.
Yeah.
And the big surprise, well, the rumor was that they were going to unveil a new subclass, which you have Void, Arc, and Solar. And Void was the most recent subclass to get an update. And basically, those are your abilities you can pick to use at any point in time in the game. And Void had gotten updated. We call it Void 3.0. Got updated when the Witch Queen came out earlier this year.
Yeah.
And it just really opened up a lot of different ways where you could use your Void abilities. Like with Titans, I play as a Titan. You can throw this Titan shield. Once that came out, yeah. And updated grenades. Like you choose what your grenades do. And other various special moves. And you can sort of organize it and create it and customize it. That's the word I was looking for. Customize the way you want to play, depending on if you're doing a certain like you would basically change up your subclass based on what you're doing in the game.
Yeah.
So very fun. You can make up as you go. Very cool. All right. So that was Void 3.0 that got released with the Witch Queen earlier this year.
Yes. In February.
Now we're here to present time, and everybody's like, well, the Solar and Arc subclass needs this treatment too. Like, they haven't been updated at all. Like, they literally are still the same as they've always been in Destiny 2. So everybody's like, which one are they going to give the 3.0 treatment to this season? And finally, with the trailer that came out the same day that it was announced what the season was going to be and what it was going to be about, they unveiled, hey, it's Season of the Haunted, and Solar is a subclass we are now saying that you can upgrade and customize, which I'm really excited for, because I've always loved the Solar subclass for any of my Guardians that I play with, Hunters and Titans. Don't play much on Warlocks. I wish I could. One day, maybe.
You'll get there.
But the Solar subclass is awesome, because if you're a Titan, one of my favorite sort of choices to make is a throwing hammer, almost like Thor.
Ooh, that's
like
cool.
You have this big, or Kratos in God of War. And with Solar 3.0, you can now, instead, like with Void, you toss a shield. With this, you throw a hammer. And it's cool because normally it takes like depending how your gear's organized, it takes time for that ability to come back where you could throw it
Like a
again or
refresh?
use that ability. Yep. But with this, it's pretty cool because you throw it, and if you go pick it back up, you can do it again.
Ooh.
Which has never been done before in Destiny. So literally I can throw this hammer, and I can go, if I run and pick it up quickly enough, like I just get it back. So I could keep tossing this
Dang, that's pretty cool.
hammer. It's awesome. I have a feeling, and I'm sure if I read into it, some of this stuff's going to get nerfed because I hopped in and I was just killing everything. Like I felt so overpowered. Not a problem that I don't want. I mean, it's great, but I'm like, this is too good to be true. So I'm eager to see, like, since like I said, I only played like a few hours of the new season. And I don't know. At first I was like, this is just too good to be true. So I'll have to dive in tomorrow. I'm going to play and see what has been changed or nerfed.
Nice.
But yeah, the Season of the Haunted looks really cool. It's really creepy. There's some stuff going on with Eris Morn in the game, and one of my favorite characters. She's pretty cool. It's like, I'm gonna just backtrack just a bit. Like, there hasn't been this much hype around Destiny 2 when it comes to story since, like, I guess the Witch Queen expansion came out, and just the fact that this much love and like development of the story, I just never thought Destiny would be here where we get this excited. Like, the season launch was almost like a new game.
That's
like,
so
it is
cool.
crazy. And it's just the first season of this year, which is, God, like, what else? And they have a new dungeon out that came out like 2 days ago. Like, there's just so much to play. And I paid $99 for the Witch Queen expansion plus all the season passes.
Yeah.
So, like, I get all of this. I've already paid for
Yeah.
it. Well worth my $100.
Nice.
Well worth it. Yeah, I can't wait to get into it. Hopefully next week I will talk to y'all and see how the new dungeon went. 'Cause we're doing that tomorrow night.
Nice. I think I want to re-download it, Jerica. I know it's a lot, but what would I?
It's not.
What?
It's not. Like, it is, but it's not. You just figure out what you want to focus on and just do that.
I have a question for a noob.
Okay.
I picked it up around when it first came out and played it a little bit, and I agree. I'm intrigued because of the continuous hype that it's gotten for having been out for how many years? Like
almost close to 10 years.
Which
like,
is
I feel
crazy.
like it's getting close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane. And so I'm just very like intrigued by it. So I'm wondering, what can I access and play by just downloading like the base game? Like what would I get with that? What would I be able to do?
At this point in time, we could play through all the previous, I don't know what expansions that just plain Destiny 2 comes out or comes with, because Destiny 2 has a story built into it.
Yeah.
And there's obviously advantages
The
to like play
Crucible.
with friends. Yeah, you can do that with anybody. There might not be all the maps and like quests that you can do until you like buy the expansions. But normally there's like, at this point, there's gotta be like a pretty inexpensive way to get into like the best bang for your buck when it comes to Destiny. Like, if I Google Destiny package deal, let's see what happens. Package deal. Let's see what Bungie has to say.
There may even be some sort of offering.
So Destiny 2 you could play for free.
Oh wow. Okay.
Just base Destiny 2 you can play for free. I'm looking to.
That might be good for me to do, just to like remind myself if I like see if I want to continue. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I'm just trying to find, like, it shows like all the expansions are 50% off now. So like,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I mean, honestly, like, in my experience, you just need the Witch Queen. Like,
Okay.
get the latest expansion so you could do like the newest stuff.
Yeah.
But you can play Destiny for free.
Cool.
I sort of lost track of that, but
I guess I did too, because I didn't know that either. Okay. Well, then that's something I'm going to try out. I'll get back to you guys.
yep,
I'm
get on
intrigued.
there, play around. Definitely you should start out as I'm trying to think, like, who's your favorite character to play as in
Apex?
yeah,
I like support
Types of
characters. Is
Okay.
there any equivalent of that in Destiny?
Warlocks
Okay.
could be it. They could do a little bit of everything, but they're very helpful because they have healing rifts.
I like doing healing in game, like any of my like shooter games.
Yeah,
So I
you
could
should
try that
definitely
out.
try out the Warlock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get back in touch. I definitely will stream playing it if I start playing it. So,
Yeah, I'll have to watch that.
So is that all you've been playing recently?
That's all I've been playing. So lay it on me. What have you been playing?
Yeah. So I've been playing a couple things. I honestly didn't prepare as I should have to like sit down and think about it, but I think I have everything. I've been trying out a lot of new stuff lately. I go through like phases where I try a bunch of new stuff. And I'm kind of in one of those phases where like it's good that I'm trying new things, but it's also kind of bad because I don't really know what I want to play. Like I don't know what I'm in the mood for. One thing that I've been consistently playing that I'm really excited about and is I talked about it earlier where I was streaming Life is Strange Remastered, the first one. And I'm really enjoying it. It is a little dated. Even the remaster doesn't look the best. I can get past that though because the story is really good and I'm really wrapped into it already, even just playing episode 1. I love Max. I think some of the dialogue is so cheesy, but like in the best way. You know? You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. It's cheesy, but I love it.
Probably at the time, it was a little bit more like mainstream, but now I'm sure playing it now, it's like, yeah, kids don't say that anymore.
It came out in 2014.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was a decent amount ago, but I don't care. I mean, it's still so much fun. Like, and I talked about this before on the podcast. My first experience with Life is Strange was True Colors. I just jumped right into that one since it doesn't require you to play the others necessarily. So this is like I'm kind of going backwards in a little bit. So I don't know if maybe it's that aspect, but it definitely is interesting to see the difference between like the way that they did things then and the way they did things now. Like they do a lot of the same techniques, but a little bit different, which is kind of interesting to see. But I'm having a really good time. I finished episode 1. I think there's 5 episodes.
Yeah.
I believe.
I think it sounds right. Yeah.
I think her power is really interesting. I like it. I finally discovered like her power and she started using it a little bit. Starting to see things snowball out of hand and like what maybe some of the conflicts are going to be. And the struggles. So I'm excited to see that fleshed out more, and we'll definitely. Friend of the show, Cody, who we did the spoiler cast with for True Colors, was talking about replaying the first one, and maybe we could do a spoiler cast on that or something.
I'd like to do it again too. Yeah.
So that's what I've been playing that, and then I actually I didn't end up hopping on that. I downloaded it because I was gonna try out. Have you ever played PUBG, Jerica?
I did a long time ago. I haven't played it a long time.
So I downloaded it because our friends wanted to like show me and teach me how to play it. But funny enough, turned out that the night that we were going to try it out, like the servers were down completely.
Oh no.
So we ended up not trying it out. But I have that downloaded because it's like the first like OG Battle Royale game, which is pretty cool. I've heard that it's more like Warzone and less like Apex, that kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah, it's more definitely realistic military-ish stuff. But there's no telling what's in it now because, it's been out for a while, and I'm sure it's evolved just like the other ones.
I'm sure, yeah. But I've really been playing, if you follow our Twitch, you've seen me. I've been playing a lot of Fortnite lately. It's just fun. It's so much fun.
I know. I gotta hop in there and play with y'all. Like, I really want to play.
It's fun. It's lighthearted. Like,
yeah.
It's not super intense. It's easy. It's not easy, but like it's pretty user friendly, like pretty newbie friendly. So like I feel like there's opportunity for like really cool trick shots. Like I uploaded. Oh, I always forget to shout out that we have a TikTok now. I don't really use it that much, but it's it's JK
we have
Games
a TikTok,
podcast.
Kids. Yeah,
children, we got a TikTok.
Children, we've got the TikToks.
Yeah, we're hip. So I uploaded a clip onto there of me playing. So that's always fun. It's just a fun time with friends. I don't think I would ever hop on it by myself, ever. I don't think I think it's more of like a social thing for me. It's really fun to play with other people and like,
yeah, it's
fun to like have gotten better at it. Like I'm pretty decent at Katronica said it's easy to learn, difficult to master. Yeah, that's true. I've played first person shooters for a long time, and maybe I just thought about this. Maybe this is the first shooter I started learning it on PC. So I didn't have the preconceived, like it's been harder for me to adjust to playing Apex on keyboard and mouse because I would played it for so long on controller. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Yeah.
So if
you just asked, does that make sense? I'll like, makes sense.
Yeah. I picked it up. I picked it up brand new Fortnite on PC. So that was kind of, it was kind of like a fresh start. So I feel like it was easier for me. What else have I been playing? Later I'm going to talk about in our like kind of normal expert mode, mainly expert. Yeah. I'm going to talk about, I demoed Super Mario Strikers Battle League for the first time.
Yes.
I'm very excited to talk about that. So I spent a tiny time playing that because it's not even really a demo, and I'll get into that later. But that's about
I'm curious because I don't know anything about that situation. I'm eager to hear your thoughts.
Oh, one last thing and then I'm done. I played some more Valorant. Really like Valorant.
Oh, yeah.
Really like it. It is the opposite end of the spectrum from Fortnite. It is very skill-based. Very intense. Lots of really, really good people play that game. Friend of the show, Brian, has been teaching me how to play and thankfully has been queuing up with me. It is very like team-based. So you're a team of 5 against a team of 5 and it's domination style. So like you're planting a bomb in the enemy field and you're defending it like as you let it blow up. And so if it blows up, you win. If you kill the whole rest of the team, you win. Or
okay.
Like it's that kind of thing. Like if you get the bomb planted and it explodes, you win. But the other team can disable it. So it's kind of a really cool back and forth. The turns there's a lot of turns. There's like 18 turns, like 9 on each side. So it's a long game. The games are long, but it's really fun. It's character-based too, so you have characters that have different abilities.
Okay.
It's a free-to-play game on PC. It is PC only, and it is not accessible on console. So just as a heads up. So it's been really fun learning how to play that. Definitely not good at it. But it's fun. I'm having a good time. Okay, that is all for what I've been playing. I feel like I've been talking forever. So let's move into our normal mode, our news.
Let's do it. We
Lots
have tons
to discuss.
Of news. Yeah, there's a lot.
All exciting things.
Yes, really cool stuff.
We did take a week break because we had a lot of stuff going on in our personal lives. So I feel like this is like 2 weeks smushed into one. But most of the stuff came out this week, honestly. Most of it did.
All right.
Do you want to start us off, Jerica? What do we want to...
Yeah, I can kick us off.
Okay.
So... just a little update with the all-new PlayStation Plus game lineup. If you are, sort of reading about any of the new PlayStation Plus stuff, a lot of things are getting updated. And has everything been updated already? I'm behind when it comes to this.
Don't think so. This article came out on May 16th. So while we were taking a week off. This is it's like the tiered thing.
Yeah. But this is actually talking about too. This is neat because if you already have PlayStation Plus, there's a lot of other free games that you can download, and there's been some new additions. So now you can play Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is I'm mad about that. I paid for it. If I could have just waited until now to play, it'd be free. I'm not mad at it. I should be mad at myself. I could have waited, but no, I had to play it when it came out. Anyways, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Demon Souls, Ghost of Tsushima, Director's Cut, NBA 2K22, and more are to join the service. Ape Escape, Super Stardust, Portable, Siphon Filter, Tekken 2 are among the classic games with a new user experience. It's almost here. Our new PlayStation Plus service is launching soon, and we are pleased to share with you an early look at some of the games that will be included during the launch timeframe. As we announced in March, there will be 3 benefit plans to choose from. We talked about that in a previous episode. Yeah. Just so you're aware, there's 3 little tiers you get to pick from. But the biggest thing I would say that's like attractive to this is that not only can you play like some new games, you can play some of the old PlayStation catalog stuff, including Ape Escape. But just some of the PS4 and PS5 game catalog will include PlayStation is focused on adding high-quality titles into the PlayStation Plus service for players to enjoy. I'm pleased to share a selection of content that will be available for PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium Deluxe plans. PlayStation.com will be updated with the game list when it launches in your region. But I'm just real quickly going to go through a few games that will be in this. Bloodborne, Concrete Genie, Days Gone, Death Stranding, and Death Stranding Director's Cut.
That's pretty cool.
Demon's Souls, Destruction All-Stars, Everybody's Golf, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, Gravity Rush 2, Horizon Zero Dawn, Infamous Second Son, Big Little Planet 3, Knack.
Nice.
Where's my Knack fans at? I'm trying to Last of Us Remastered, Last of Us Left Behind.
Ooh.
So if you want to play that Last of Us DLC, you're going to be able to do it now. Until Dawn, Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, A Thief's End, Nathan Drake Collection. So a lot of the big heavy hitter games from first party studios. And then I'm not going to go through this entire list, but there is a plethora of third party partners as well. Like I mentioned in the title, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Outer Wilds, Red Dead Redemption 2, just some random games in here, but it's a list. It's a list of stuff. And then of course the classic games catalog, which, go ahead and toot the horn of Kayla. Kayla likes to toot this horn. That's not in reference to what I'm saying. I don't know why. Toot your horn, Ape Escape.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
I want another game, a remaster or something, but this is fine.
Here's another one. Ape Escape 2, Dark Cloud,
yeah.
Jak 2, Jak 3, if you like any of the Jak and Dexter games, which is pretty cool. Third-party games, BioShock Remastered, Borderlands: The Handsome Collection, Bulletstorm, and just a few others. There's tons of games. There's tons of games here.
That's a lot.
I still think we should see more games, and maybe we will eventually. But I think this is not too bad to start off with, slowly easing into the potential to have tons of old PlayStation Classic games in here.
Yeah, I will say that's the only thing you can look at the whole list on the PlayStation blog if you would like, but they're really lacking in the classic games. There's some, but there's really not a ton. But I still think that it's something worth looking into. I probably will. I don't know what tier I'm going to be in yet, but I'm going to probably be in one of the tiers. I just don't know which one yet. So we'll see. Next, we have something very interesting that we're going to have to do some more episodes in the future about. But there's some TV shows on the horizon.
Ooh. See what you did there.
Yeah. So IGN released an article a couple of days ago, not too long ago, stating Sony announces Horizon series for Netflix. That's going to be cool. God of War series for Amazon. And a Gran Turismo show.
It's pretty random to see like all these shows go to different outlets,
Yeah.
Like I feel like PlayStation's got a show coming at all the platforms. Like you got Last of Us with HBO. What was it? Amazon's got God of War, and then Netflix for like. I wish I understood like how that works.
Yeah,
'cause I feel like you'd stick to like one or two. Like I don't know how any of that works.
I'm surprised they don't do something like PlayStation TV, where all of their first parties come out on like their own little like network or app thing. You know what I mean?
I just think you got to use someone else's platform. It's just there's not enough room. I don't know. Maybe PlayStation. That's a good thought. I just don't think. I will only just subscribe. If we're talking about like streaming TV, just real quick, I only subscribe to things that have like tons of stuff.
Yeah.
That I try to think of the services that I've been paying for. And it's like Netflix and Hulu. Those are the two that I'm paying for because there's just always something there I want to watch.
Right.
So I don't know, like they could do that, but I don't know. Like they're just the viewers are on their places. I don't know what the kickback is for them with that. Yeah. That's outside of my knowledge.
Yeah, me too. But the article is by Ryan Dinsdale, and it says 3 major PlayStation franchises are getting TV adaptations, which, those are like 3 big first-party titles. Right? Gran Turismo is first-party, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a...
Yep. where was that? Oh, with Horizon go to Netflix, God of War to Amazon, and Gran Turismo to a currently unannounced platform or network. Revealed in an investor briefing on May 26 and confirmed by industry insiders, including David Gibson on Twitter, Sony president Jim Ryan. The long-rumored God of War series and other shows will join PlayStation exclusives, including Last of Us, Uncharted, Ghost of Tsushima is being adapted to other media. Interesting. Though there's no inclination as to when these series will be released. But there is a tweet from David Gibson that does confirm it, which is pretty cool. No words on really anything else, just that it's happening. So, well, actually, this is pretty interesting. Amazon Studios, meanwhile, is currently working on a Fallout TV series from creators of Westworld.
I remember when that was announced, and I just remembered. I forgot that was a thing. And I feel like they have, like, they may have announced, like, some people that might be in it, too. I can't remember.
This is interesting. Tell me if this is true. It says a Mass Effect show is coming to Prime Video.
No, I don't think that's official.
Yeah.
I don't think that's I remember there's rumblings about it, and I'm sure it is going to eventually happen.
Oh, that's a rumor. That's not true. Like, not confirmed.
Also, Lieutenant Dan 001 is trying to trick me into giving them my Netflix password. Aha. I'm gonna leave that a guessing game.
Katronica said it's none of your biz. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That would be a really good password.
That's really funny. Yeah, so me and Jerica are gonna do future episodes on like fan castings of who we want to play what characters in these shows. Because those are always really fun. We did them for Last of Us. I don't think we were right on any of them.
Nope, but it's just fun to do.
But it's fun to do.
It is like, I like doing it because just to see like how far off and like it's just fun to have in your head like who you think should play these characters, and then who ends up doing it is like almost like you didn't even know. Like I would have never thunk it.
I would have never guessed Pedro Pascal for
Me
Joel,
neither,
but
it's
perfect. So that's gonna be fun. We're gonna do those episodes coming up soon, so be on the lookout for that. If you want to send your own suggestions, that's always fun. I would love to hear, who do you want to play Aloy? Like that's, I know who I want to play Aloy. This is a little spoiler. Hold on. What's her name? Hold on. When Charlie's mine. You know what? No, I'm going to save it. Because that's a big one for who I want to play Aloy. Little teaser. Y'all have to get back to us when we do it.
Yeah.
All right. Any other commentary on those shows, Jerica?
It's not surprising. All these things are going to happen. I just hope they're really good shows, and like, it is exciting to think about like because they're all different types of games, like different enough. Like I think with The Last of Us, there's, a lot to uncover. There's a lot of things that they can just copy from the game, and I'm cool with it. These are adaptations, so to speak. And I finally think we're about to turn the corner, I think, with like video game, TV shows, and obviously I don't think movies is still where it's at, because I finally watched Uncharted, by the way. I watched the Uncharted movie. I forgot to mention that. And, it wasn't bad, but I don't know. It's just hard to tell like that. Like if you're watching these movies or watching these movies just because you love the game, it's hard to squeeze in your impressions of this game into 1 hour and a half thing. So I definitely think there's a better track record we've seen with The Witcher, for example, that TV shows that much better place to tell a story that's adapted from a game. So as long as they're shows, I think they'll do okay. But yeah, it will rely on like how closely they like follow the game and like how much they go down a different route with it. Like, and then now I'm thinking about Halo. I haven't even finished the Halo series. Sort of fell off of it. So like maybe there is a place where it can. I totally forgot about Halo, so I'm backstepping on what I just said. But it's possible. Like seeing The Witcher, like I see that it's possible. But I hope we're about to turn a corner and like have good video game,
Mm-hmm.
TV shows and movies, maybe. Not movies, but maybe TV shows. I don't think you can do it in a movie.
We have
I'll quit rambling now.
We have a whole episode about video game TV shows and movies that we did like a couple, like last year sometime, maybe 2 years ago. But it was a pretty good episode. I think we just like ranked them or talked about ones that are good and ones that weren't.
Yeah.
But that was a good episode. I remember that. So yeah, exciting, but kind of concerning as well. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I did not enjoy Halo so far. I just haven't like been wanting to get back to it. It's not like something I'm on the edge of my seat on for the next episode. So I know like, but the show looks amazing and sounds amazing. It's just like the story sort of going it's a little dry, starting to dry out for me, but
it's not
whatever.
blowing your skirt up.
It's not blowing my skirt up as much, but I do like watching Master Chief in a live action situation. It is fun to watch.
All right. Lots of Sony in the news today. Jerica, do you want to talk about what's coming up soon? State of Play coming soon.
Yes. So I'll touch on this because one thing, and I've heard a few people mention it to me, saying, "Oh yeah, State of Play," and then they said like instead of calling it State of Play, they called it Showcase. I was like, "Oh, hold your horses, y'all.
Hold on there, buddy."
We know it's still not June yet, so like even though there's not an E3 anymore, like June is still like the E3 month. And I know Jeff Keighley's got his like Summer Game Fest that's about to kick off as well, and the Xbox has a showcase. We know that. PlayStation really hasn't said too much, but they did make an announcement. There will be a State of Play next Thursday, which will give us new game reveals, sneak peeks, and updates. But State of Plays are normally not they're not the showcase, like the big bangers. They usually focus on specific things and give you sort of like they put the expectations out there so you're not like disappointed. But this will be live next Thursday, June 2nd, for nearly 30 minutes of announcements and updates from the world of PlayStation. We'll have some exciting news from our third-party partners, plus a sneak peek at several games in development for PlayStation VR 2, which has me excited. I'm ready to see more for the VR space. And man, when is that coming out, Kayla? Is that going to be out this year? Will that come out this year? I don't know. So I am excited to see like what new games will be coming to that. Anywho, that's all they said, and they're really good at mentioning like it. For example, everyone is just like foaming at the mouth for God of War news because like that's the next big PlayStation game, and all we know is that it's supposed to come out this year. We don't know anything else. So they don't mention it anywhere in this State of Play, so I doubt we get any big news about God of War. We might get like a little tease like saying, "Hey,
it's happening.
Join us soon. We'll talk about God of War." Like I see them doing that.
Like a little date maybe, like, hey.
Yeah. But I am excited for maybe some like smaller games that we still don't know
like
when
Stray.
They're coming. Stray. Yeah, exactly. That's one of my most anticipated games so far this year. We haven't really seen much of it. I hope it's good. But anytime I could play a little cat in a cyberpunk world, I'm like,
I'm sold.
Once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm sold. So
and it's still
we'll see.
Supposed to come this year too.
Yep.
So we'll see.
The rumor was there actually, and I say rumor or leak, but there seems to be a placeholder for the game. I don't know if it was data mined or whatever, but there's a placeholder for it sometime in July.
Yeah.
So if that's real, I bet they show it off.
I hope so. I'm excited about it too. That's on my fantasy game pick.
Yeah, it's a good pick. But I'll tell you, like this isn't a big PlayStation showcase. This might be just something quick, 30 minutes. So don't expect huge announcements from this.
Yeah.
So hopefully soon we'll have a showcase with PlayStation. I assume their next big thing will be God of War.
I agree. Cool. Well, thank you for resetting our expectations.
Anytime. I do that for a living,
And if you have them set lower and it ends up being awesome, like that's even better. Like, hey, then you'll
now I'll go ahead and get into. Can I go ahead and get into the next bit of news if that's okay?
Yeah, you send it to me. I would love to see it.
So, because The Last of Us here, I also listen to a very great podcast, Kind of Funny.
Yeah.
And they did have a gentleman goes by the name of Jeff Grubb on the show recently, and he dropped some little details that are pretty surprising. But it is this is like a potential rumor, but I could see it being like a real thing. This article is from Eurogamer, written by Matt Wales, but Naughty Dog's much rumored The Last of Us remake reportedly launching this year. So
Ooh.
Naughty Dog's much rumored, but yet still unannounced, The Last of Us remake is reportedly supposed to launch later this year. World of a PlayStation 5 remake. I don't know, not world. I was like, wait, world. Word of a PlayStation 5 remake for The Last of Us first surfaced in April 2021, when Bloomberg reported the project had initially been in the works at Sony San Diego's based visual arts service group before Naughty Dog was asked to take over. Further evidence of this project emerged earlier this year when a team member of Naughty Dog's QA team listed an unannounced remake on their resume. Yet there's still no official word on this. Rumors of the project continue to swirl over leaky GamesBeat reporter Jeff Grubb, always usually correct, by the way, has a lot of good
track record.
He says, good track record here. He claimed that it is set for a 2022 release.
Nice.
So this is quoting him. I keep hearing that it's coming out this year. Grubb said on the remake during the latest episode of Kind of Funny Gamescast, noting that he was pretty confident it would be launching this holiday.
Nice. That's so exciting.
I've told a few friends, they're like, oh, should I play The Last of Us? Which for you, your situation, like, yes, you need to play Last of Us Kayla because the sequel's coming out. But for those that the sequel's out, maybe you're in the like, maybe I should not get in there's a TV show coming. Maybe I should play these games. You should hold off until they remake the first one.
Yeah.
Because I cannot wait to play that game again if it looks just like the newest one.
Hell yeah. Ooh, that's exciting, especially with like the TV show coming.
Imagine if we
soon.
get God of War and the remake. Yeah, and then the show is happening. So, it just makes sense for those to happen at a similar time.
Yeah. They still say that the show's coming out this year though, right? Like this fall?
It had no one said anything officially for real.
No, I thought the actress, the girl, I thought she said.
She did, but then I'm hearing rumblings that it might be next year. Rumor has it that I think she jumped the gun.
I think she
made a mistake. I think she did.
They haven't shown anything. They've been very tight-lipped.
Nope.
So I feel like we're probably waiting.
And I'm going to just go one more news story into it since we're on this Last of Us news
hype
train here. Also, Jeff Grubb has more insights into things. So in a recent episode of his podcast, industry reporter Jeff Grubb suggested that a previously rumored Last of Us Part 2 multiplayer project, commonly known as Factions, will likely not be released in its original intended form. Because we all know that they're also working on this like multiplayer Last of Us game they've been working on for a while. It seems to has changed what it's gonna be. However, that's only because the mode was reportedly has grown larger and larger over the course of development. So this has turned into a larger beast, so to speak. And Jeff Grubb says, I think that no game called Factions will ever come out, but not in a bad way. Naughty Dog probably just decided that they could do more. That's the stuff I was able to source in multiple places, and I will feel okay in saying it seems pretty well known in some circles that they are moving beyond their original smaller ambitions to something more that's as much as I can possibly say. So before we speculate on what that could mean, it's important to know a little more about Factions. I don't know. You should watch some Factions gameplays, the multiplayer from the original Last of Us game. And I'll sort of go away from this article now. But we know that Sony is, and I sent this to you too, but we can just skip over it. But they said they do have 2 live service games. So the reason for buying Bungie, by the way, we're like rewinding here. PlayStation acquired Bungie not to take over Destiny, but hey, we need y'all's help to develop live service games because you do it really well with Destiny, obviously. So seeing what they're doing, knowing, hey, they do have like multiple projects planned. I think before 2025 was like the goal, but I think 2 of these big live service games from Sony are supposed to come out next year or before next year. So, and one of those has to be like this Last of Us multiplayer live service game.
Ooh,
so it's not going to be like,
that's exciting.
It's going to be a brand new little game of its own that's multiplayer driven. Maybe some new characters, maybe, you know, thinking about what the things you love about like Apex Legends, right? Combined with like some kind of Survivor-esque game would be really cool. And it'd be just cool if there's like different modes you can play. Like, I don't know. There's
the possibilities
literally,
are
it could be so many different things and it will be so much fun. Anywho, I'm really excited about that.
And who knows where it could go with it being live service. Like it could, I mean, again, like you said, you never thought Destiny would be where you're at now. So who knows what it could evolve into.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
So,
thanks for that. Speaking of exciting, random drop. Yesterday, we got a teaser trailer for Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Yes.
Let's go.
I could queue up a video because I was really excited to finally see this. Rumor on the street. The title had been leaked, by the way.
Yeah.
Sort of knew that, but you know, nothing's real until I see a trailer.
Right. Or a teaser even.
So you've watched all of it, correct?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Well, what are your first impressions of what you saw?
So I've got questions. I'm not the world's most knowledgeable on Star Wars lore. There's a lot of Star Wars stuff going on right now. I know that I had talked to you a little bit about, we both haven't gotten the chance to watch Obi-Wan Kenobi yet, which I'm very excited for. I think it'll be good. I've heard mixed reviews, but this game, Jedi Fallen Order, was one of my... It's been one of my favorite games of the past couple years. It came out in 2019, I believe, the first one. And it absolutely blew me away. I loved that game. It was my game of the year that year. It came out at a difficult time because it was right post Game Awards that year, I believe. Wasn't it something weird like that? It came out like right after the Game Awards. Right around the same time as Death Stranding.
Yeah, you're right.
Around then,
I lose track. That year was a little complicated because there were so many games, so I don't remember exactly.
There's a thirst trap in the chat for Cal Kestis right now. I agree. I love the actor that does the, what's it called? Face. What's the called where it's like the character's based off of the body face of the person? There's a name for it.
A model. There is something I forget.
I don't remember. It's based off of him. Like it's whole body scan.
Model.
Yeah. Katronica said I loved Kenobi so far. No spoilers. But this game looks beautiful. We got the B-roll going.
Well, this is just, this could be a cinematic trailer here. But I could only imagine, because I'll tell you this, like, this being Respawn's, like, first game, it's always you're always a little nervous, like, what the first game's gonna be like that a new studio undertakes. But what's exciting is, like, with the first game, they did so good.
They did.
There were some things that I wish that played a little bit better, but ultimately they delivered a great story, incredible gameplay for the first time, so I cannot imagine what they're going to do with this second game, like how much better it's going to play. But I'm glad they're sticking with continuing the story, because rumor was too, like, they could potentially go with like another character and do something completely different. But I'm glad they're keeping with old Cal here, because I wanted to see what happens to him next. Because it's like, I'm not a Star Wars story nerd, so I don't know. No offense, that sounded mean. I wish I was more of that, so I knew what was happening behind the scenes. But I feel like this story, takes place a little in it, right? Yes, like right after the initial movies, right? You've told me this before, but I forgot.
Yeah, it takes place right around Order 66, which is where
that's right. Okay.
they murder all the Jedis. Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
So, playing along pod said, "Yo guys, hope you're both doing well. Stoked for the new Star Wars game. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. You should check them out. Their podcast is awesome, and they're been a long time supporter of our show. So we appreciate you. Very excited. I am not.
It's just like there's a lot after that there's a gap there with Star Wars stories. So that's why this is so exciting.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of potential for them to as well. Dang it! I wish my brother was here for a call in. A lot of potential for them to bring this into like. This word is overused sometimes, but canon Star Wars, you know, there's a lot of opportunity for them to tie this all into even the current shows that are happening right now. Like it's along the same timeline as where Obi-Wan Kenobi's show is right now.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah.
It's interesting to see. I have an idea. I might be a little bit of a Star Wars conspiracy theorist. It takes place about 7 years after Order 66, which means the Fallen Order is near contemporary with Kenobi. Yes. So this is my theory. I think that maybe the last episode of Kenobi, they tie in something to do with Cal Kestis and make into the cinematic universe somehow. That's just a theory, but the person that I was talking about earlier, his name's Cameron Monaghan, who is like the face, like body actor for Cal Kestis, is an actor. He's a real actor. Like he's a pretty like known actor as well.
Yeah.
So he could very easily do that. It would be interesting if we ever see Cal in some of the show. Yeah. Since BD1 showed up in the Book of Boba Fett.
Didn't know that. That's cool. I never finished Boba Fett, so that is so dope. I didn't know that. That's so cool.
I forgot about that. BD1 is also one of my favorite droids. He's so cute. Yeah. It's about 3 years before Kenobi. They both heavily are featured in the Inquisitors. Yes. So that's another thing in the game trailer. They show Inquisitors, which are basically like Anakin / Darth Vader's like henchmen. They are like Jedi bounty hunters, basically. They're like purpose is to get rid of the Jedi. And so those are heavily featured in the game trailer as well as Kenobi in the first. I've watched like a little bit of Kenobi so far. Which isn't a spoiler if you've seen the trailers. So, anyways, that was a lot.
I don't know why I just compared BD1 to a bird, but it does remind me of a bird. I feel like it was just, sit on your shoulder and like,
Yeah, he's very cute. It's like
very portable.
Basically, summary is I'm very excited. The trailer looks great. It's slated for next year, which I think is very doable. Would you agree? I think it's doable.
I agreed. Yep. I feel like they started on this if not like they knew they were going to have a sequel when they were doing the first game. So
maybe during PlayStation or like during their actual showcase, like their E3, maybe we'll get like a little more. Possibly.
Possible. It's possible. If anything, maybe Game Awards this year during the holiday. Like I can see it.
That would make more sense.
I don't know how close it's going to be. Like I have no way of guessing if it's like spring or fall.
It would be cool if they released it on May 4th, but I don't know if they would do that. That might not be an ideal time for games. I'm not sure. So we'll see.
And it come to with all the recent release dates and in the past, it seems like any time's a great time for a game to come out.
Especially a Star Wars game. Pretty, let me make sure nobody said anything.
Oh yeah, they did Play Along mentions this too. Like this game will only be next gen. Like it won't.
Yes.
You won't be able to play this on previous consoles. So.
Right. It does look very next gen. It looks next gen. At least the cinematics do. So I'm very excited to see what they do with like the adaptive triggers and everything with this game.
Me too.
They got a lot of opportunities. Me too. Or even, can you imagine this game in VR, PSVR 2?
I'm sure there's something coming. Like, there's got to be. Maybe we see that in the State of Play.
Maybe we do. That would be cool getting a demo it on. That would be pretty nice. All right. So wrapping that up, very excited. Looks great. Hopefully it comes out earlier next year. That would be super cool to play. Moving on to, this is pretty much going to be like our tiny little expert mode. Jerica already talked about the new thing she's been playing. But I've been, you guys know, if you know me or if you've listened to the podcast for any period of time, how excited I am. I've been pushing for this Super Mario Strikers, and it's finally within my grasp. Technically, it's in my grasp. I've gotten to play it a little bit.
She's played some of it. Explain how that works. Is it a demo or what you got going on?
Yes, let me explain. So, Super Mario Strikers Battle League is I don't know if it's technically considered a remake or a remaster. Not 100% sure, but basically it's a new rendition. Of
one of those words.
The original game, which came out on GameCube, which was one of my favorite games of all time. Talked about it a lot, yada yada. Beat a dead horse. So basically right now you can download the demo. It's labeled as a demo. There's a word for it. Hold on, let me find it. The way they marketed it was kind of cute. Mario Strikers Battle League First Kick is what it's called. So this came out where you can go into the Nintendo eShop right now. And if you look up like Mario Strikers, you will see the pre-order option for the actual game. And then you will see where it shows the First Kick option, which you don't have to have pre-ordered it. You don't have to pay a dime to just get your hands on this and start playing the little bit that they have. So that is, right now you can go into there. You can click into, you have to download the demo, which is, it's a weird word for it, but essentially it is. And then you go into the training mode. So in the training mode, you can literally do exactly that. So like you would do in any game when you boot it up, most games have some sort of a training option. You can do that right now with this game. Essentially, you're just learning like how to pass the ball, how to shoot a strike, how to tackle people. There's also, it gives you a really good sneak peek into what this game's going to be like. And I'm very excited because there's a lot of mechanics that they're adding that I feel like are going to be pretty interesting. So they're adding item boxes so you can be playing the game, which by the way, you can have up to 8 players in this game, 4v4, and you can play completely online, which is super cool. Very excited to play this with friends. So they're demoing just the game mechanics, what it feels like, what it plays like in a very simplified form. So, button combinations that you can do, little combos. One of my favorite things about Strikers is, I don't remember the exact word for it, but it's basically like your ultimate or your cool strike scene. Because I don't know if this is featured in the trailer, which thank you, Jerica, for playing that. It's showing a lot of the mechanics, which is cool. So team tackle, that's pretty awesome. I'm delayed. But everybody has basically like a super, and each character's super is different. And you get like a short little cinematic on the screen when you do like their super. I think
right now we're seeing Luigi's.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So that's what it is. Sorry, that's a little weird. Next time, if we do B-roll, I'll have it up to where I can hopefully. No, it'll still be delayed.
You're actually doing just fine.
Perfect. So that's something else that you get to see. You really can only play as 3 characters in the demo. You can play as Bowser, Peach, and Mario. And you just get to see a little bit about what it feels like. It feels great. The passing, the shooting feels really good. And really, our friend of the show, Oliver, actually had a really good thing to say, which is it almost feels kind of like a fighting game a little bit too, because you can tackle, you can like dodge.
I did see like a scene here where you like just push somebody out of the way, and like that looks fun.
Yeah, there's skins you can do. There's like a league you can be in, which is like Battle League. That makes sense. Like there's like an online whole different aspect that it adds that I think it's going to be really interesting to play. I think it'll be really have a lot of replayability with friends and like that sort of thing. So it looks really good. I'm impressed. I feel like they didn't stray too far from their original game, which makes me happy. But there's a really loud car outside right now. I'm so sorry.
That car is excited for Mario Strikers as well.
Soccer.
Beep,
so
beep.
There's some things that I'm glad that they added that make it feel a little bit extra than just like your normal sports game. Which I feel like Mario does a good job. Like the whole industry does a pretty good job about that. So yeah, just a little tease. But what is cool is next Friday, next weekend, the 3rd through the 5th, there's an additional thing that you can do. You can actually be a part of the playtest for multiplayer.
Let's go.
Yeah. So
how do you sign up?
I need to verify. There's a link through Nintendo's Twitter. I don't know that you have to sign up ahead of time. This just says there will be 6 time slots to play Quick Battle online multiplayer with your friends or anyone from 6/3 to 6/5, so those dates. So be sure to head to the link below and mark your calendar for the time slots you want to play in. So I don't think that you necessarily have to sign up, but you have to like play during these specific times. So if you go ahead and download that demo, basically the option will open up for you for online play to play with your friends.
Ooh,
so
I might be available for that Friday to play a little bit.
I would love to play that Friday. That would be so much fun. I would definitely do that with you. And you can only play with, when the actual game comes out, you can play with 8 total people. During the playtest, you can only play with 4 because you can only make up 1 team versus, I think, like either computer or another team out in the world. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I've never really seen Nintendo do anything like this. Maybe I just haven't noticed, like this sort of playtesting.
I don't think so. Like when you brought that up, I'm like, that seems unique.
It's basically like a beta kind of, but not really. And it's only like a week before it actually comes out. I think they're just really trying to test the like multiplayer mechanics maybe to make sure everything's
Which
good.
I appreciate because I feel like Nintendo just doesn't care about multiplayer or anything.
No.
So,
but it seems like they really care about this though, like because they're going through a lot of hoops to make sure it's working properly. I'm gonna screenshot this so I can post that. You do have to have a Nintendo Switch Online membership, but you can get a 7-day free trial for the demo. So if you, for some reason...
I finally got that canceled. They were charging me every month, and every time I would like see the email, I'm like, dang, I need to cancel that. Let me log in. And then I'd be like, this is a little hard to find. I'll do it later. And then they'd get me again next month. So I had it for Animal Crossing, and I don't even want to... I forgot about it. It's not much. I feel like it's like $4.99 a month,
cheap.
maybe. Yeah, it wasn't too bad, but that stacks up over a few months quickly.
Okay, so Play Along Pod said I played a ton of Mario Strikers, so I'm really excited for this, and so soon. Yes! So the full game comes out on the 10th, so it's not far away. So it's interesting they're doing this playtest so close to the actual release. So hopefully there's no major setbacks. We'll see. So yeah, that's my experience so far. I'm really excited. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream that. I've never streamed from my Switch. Don't think I can. Don't know. We'll play around.
You can with that capture card, Kayla, that you have.
Oh, yeah, that I borrowed from you. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see if that's possible because that would be really fun.
That is so doable.
Yeah. That's all I got. I'm hyped. I'm really excited for what's coming in games. There's a lot going on.
Me too. Let's go.
It's a great time to be a gamer.
It's a great time to be a gamer. That's all I have. I was trying to think of something funny clever to say, but nothing came out.
I thought you were going to say something clever. I was like, waiting for it.
Nothing came out. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But until then, I guess until next time, we'll go ahead. Do you have anything else to say?
No, I was just going to say stay tuned for potentially our casting predictions for these new shows coming out.
That'd be fun to do. Have some ideas already.
I do too, but I want to save it. I'm going to save it.
Me too.
Next time.
I'm not going to say anything. Okay.
See you next time.
Well, until next time, catch you on the flippity flop.
Don't stop.
Yep. Thank you, Kayla. Yep.
Bye, guys.
We did it.